What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight8610, and today we have our January 2014 ban list discussion. Yes, I promised a discussion video, so I thought we should do this discussion. The reason I'm not doing the whole green screen thing, of course, is because I'm working on my setup for all that, probably ready by next week or the week after. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, just have a camera point at us and have half of Yu-Gi-Oh posters in the background, it seems. So yeah, here we go. Right, for the cards that are forbidden, we have Dragon Ravine, Return from a Different Dimension, Self-Destruct Button, and Sixth Sense. Dragon Ravine, of course, everyone knows that that's the main card that annoyed me with this list. Other than that, I like the list, but that was one that bothered me just because I hate to see Dragoonies be just absolutely torn apart because Dragon Rulers were able to use them. It's just kind of one of those things, and it happens a lot with a lot of different archetypes. They sometimes get rid of, even though a deck that wasn't really a part of it, it was a card really for them, just gets torn apart on lists. So, yeah, it doesn't really surprise me either. It was a bit surprising to see it bans. I kind of thought it might be limited at the worst case scenario, but whatever. Hopefully in the future we'll see Dragon Ravine come back, and that way Dragoonies won't be just destroyed, because that's their main card. And especially with Dragon Rulers being hit on this list too, it just kind of annoys me that they had to destroy Dragoonies to hurt Dragon Rulers. But like I said, maybe next list we'll see some change on that. I hope so. Like I said, my favorite, of course, archetype is Dragoonies, so I know I'm going to be against, you guys know I'm going to be against that being banned. Alright, Return from Different Dimension. With the Cyber Dragon support coming out, this is kind of a no-brainer that this would happen. It's a great card, of course. So yeah, I'm actually kind of glad to see this hit because it's a really powerful card. And yeah, especially whenever they can summon all those Cyber Dragons using the new builds that all the new cards that Cyber Dragons are getting. Yeah, they need to be hit. Self-Destruct Button. Bit random. I guess they were trying to get rid of more stall and annoying cards, I guess. I don't know. That one seemed a little bit random. And Sixth Sense. This one wasn't random at all. That's the complete opposite. I knew this would get hit. I mean, I didn't really do a prediction video because I didn't come up with a list. I couldn't come up with a good list. And I don't think I would have had anything right except for Sixth Sense, honestly, on my prediction list anyway. Because that one, it's a strong card. It needed to be forbidden. I was surprised it was even limited for us. That was weird. I guess it was to, kind of sell more of the Joey's World Legendary Collections. But yeah, it's forbidden now, and it needs to be. It's scary, especially whenever Lightsworns get the new support with this. Lightsworns would have been very scary, so it's good to see that hit, honestly. Now for the Dragon Rulers, we have, actually, let me name off the whole limited, I guess, before then. Alright, we have Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos, Debris Dragon, Magician of Faith, Redox, Dragon Ruler of Boulders, Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms, Tidal, Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls, Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, Final Countdown, Sacred Sword of the Seven Stars, and Spellbook of Fate. Now let's go down this list. First off, the Dragon Ruler cards. All of them are now limited to one. Kind of funny how that happens after the 10s, right? Yeah, they really wanted to destroy the Dragon Rulers, and I can see why. I mean, they didn't die last list, and I'm kind of wondering if they're not dead yet. I don't want to say anything on that yet. Just kind of makes me wonder. For some reason, it's going to be, I think, the whole like wind-up effect or something where they just don't die. The list keeps hitting them, and they'll just somehow make a new build that will be strong. So it wouldn't surprise me if they come back, but I think the real dragons people need to worry about are the Chaos Dragons. So we're just going to wait and see. Alright, after that we have Debris Dragon. That kind of makes a little bit of sense, I guess, because of the, Lonefire being later on down this list, so I guess that's why they didn't want that. Another one that seemed a bit random on this list, but don't really have a problem either way on it. And Magician of Faith. I guess this is the main card that a lot of people were surprised about, were really hyped about. Seems like what I've heard the most talk about, too, on this list. And I don't see it making much difference, honestly. I think it's going to be like the whole Tsukiyomi thing. Where everyone's going to be hyped, and it's great that it is off the ban list, we can use it again, but I don't think many people are going to be using it. Now, if we still had a Heavy Storm and we had Monster Reborn, I would be, I would say that completely differently. Then Magician of Faith would be much better. But with just Dark Hole really being the main thing people are going to be using, I don't see many people using it. Maybe Prophecies, just because they use a lot of spell cards and anything else that's really spell heavy, but that would be about it. I just don't see that being really mained in many decks. Also, we have Divine Wind of the Mist Valley. I guess they were really wanting, I think that was because of the whole Harpy OTK or FTK or whatever, first turn kill, whatever they had going from before. So I guess they wanted to make sure that really wasn't a problem. Seemed a bit random. I think Konami hates wind monsters on this list, but yeah, whatever on that. Final Countdown. Again, it's kind of a Self-Destruct Button thing. Getting rid of, I guess, more stall and annoying cards is the whole thing on that before it became a real problem. I don't know. Don't really have a problem with that either way, though. I'm kind of glad because I get sick of a lot of these stall decks, too. And then their Sacred Sword at 7 stars seems a bit overkill with Dragon Rulers all being limited. Sort of like the whole Dragon Ravine thing. I feel like this is a little bit overkill, too. but whatever, I guess. I don't really have anything special to say on that because I don't know. It really does seem like overkill to me. That's the only thing that bugs me. And Spellbook of Fate. This is, I believe, the only hit to Prophecies. I don't think it's really going to make a difference. I think Prophecies are still going to do great this format, so yeah, I don't see this really affecting them too much. Cards that are now semi-limited. These are cards you can use at 2, and that is Chaos Sorcerer and Lonefire Blossom. So just 2 cards. Alright, Chaos Sorcerer, I think we're going to see a lot anyway. I don't think bringing it to 2 is going to hurt anything, of course, because I think most people would be using it at 2 anyway. I haven't really seen too many people use 3 or anything like that. I mean, in the duels that I've done, I haven't really seen that. And with Chaos Dragons, I believe that are going to be coming back. There's going to be, I think, the Twilight builds, especially whenever we get the other Lightsworn cards. And yeah, we're going to see this card a lot anyway, so I don't know. I don't think it's going to really make too much difference bringing it to 2. It's going to be a scary card no matter. It's a good card. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't limited, actually. And Lonefire Blossom. With the new plant support, of course, they're bringing it to 2. Not really surprising. Another reason why, like I said, I think that's the reason Debris Dragon was limited. So yeah, they didn't want too many shenanigans with that. And yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see plants do pretty well. I don't know if they're going to be a top deck out there, but I think this is going to help them out quite a bit, seeing Lonefire again. And unlimited cards. These are cards that you can now use at 3. We have Archlord Kristya, Mezuki, Plaguespreader Zombie, TCG Striker, Turgad from the Underworld, Constellar M7, and Fire Formation Tenki. Alright, going down this list on there, let's see, we have Archlord Kristya. Maybe Fairies will be able to do something. That one kind of surprised me because this card I hadn't really thought about in a while, and it makes me wonder what Fairies are going to be able to do this format for that reason. I don't see them being one of the top decks, although I could be wrong, but it's going to help them out. I would like to see them at least be, you know, maybe like tier 3, tier 2 something. I don't know. I'd like to see them at least be in the format. Mezuki and Plaguespreader, those kind of go together, so you might as well name them off together. Kind of surprised it didn't happen last list, but I guess better late than never. Mezuki's going to help all the zombie builds, which I think are going to be pretty impressive this format as well. And of course Plaguespreader Zombie I think will of course help zombies as well, but also be in a few other different decks because it's probably the best tuner monster out there. Really, it's got to be at least one of the best, if not the best. So it's kind of cool to see that at 3, although a bit scary. I think we're going to see a lot more synchros this format. I'm hoping we do because I like synchro monsters. And let's see, TCG Striker. This was probably the most surprising card to me, and not in a bad way. I'm really excited about this, actually. I would love to see TGs do well. I'm hoping they'll actually be one of the top tier decks, like maybe even tier 1. I'm really hoping so. Might just, you know, be more likely they'll be like tier 2 or something, but they're the ones that I'm hoping will be kind of the dark horse that will end up doing really well, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be able to do. That'll be something I'm probably trying out this format. And Turgad from the Underworld. This one annoys me a bit. It's a good card, and I'm glad it's cheaper now, you know, with it being unlimited. And all too, it's been reprinted, so at least now the price won't just go, you know, just up where it was $90 to $100 whenever people were using it at 3 and everything. But that's the thing that annoys me. People are going to be probably using this at 3 and everything again. I mean, like, it could be a deck that's based around Karibo. Well, you better have 3 Turgad, you know. It just annoyed me to no end. This is going to help with a lot of the Chaos builds as well, because this is going to be a pretty heavy Chaos format, I think. And, so yeah, I'm just hoping that we're not going to see 3 of this in everything. Please, people, unless you need the card, don't use 3 of it in everything. Do CyberKnight a favor. I just don't want to see it 3 of everything again. That just annoyed me, but it is a good card. Let's see, Constellar M7. That kind of was weird that it was limited last time, so it's kind of cool to see Constellars come back. I think they're going to be actually pretty good this format too, so I mean, it just seemed a bit random to limit it and then it's unlimited, so whatever. It's cool to see it at 3 again, I guess. Fire Formation Tenki, the last card. Fire Fists might actually be coming back now. That would be pretty cool as well. It did seem like they had their time in the sun. They didn't really have too much time in the sun, honestly, and I'm hoping that this format will see them actually do a little bit more. So yeah, what do I think will be the top decks of this format too? I know a lot of people were wondering on that. I think it will be Spellbooks, it will be, or Prophecies really, Bujins, it will be Chaos Dragons, I think, and I think we'll probably see Lightsworns in there. More of the tier 2 decks will be like Yugioh, TG, you know, Tech Genis, and Zombies, hopefully Fairy. and Constellars, I'm thinking. I'm hoping something will surprise me though, especially on those tier 2 decks I talked about. I'm hoping one of them would actually be one of the top decks. Like I said, TGs would be awesome to see. Constellars winning everything, Yugiohs. You know, there's a lot of great archetypes out there I'm hoping. Or something completely random I hadn't even named over. I'm just hoping, you know, with this list too, like last list, it promotes to see a little bit more creativity in the game, and I like that. And I'm glad, that's one of the reasons, you know, like I said, I feel bad for people that actually like Dragon Rulers, but it is nice to see a change, and maybe not everyone will be using them. So, I hope that we'll see a lot more creativity, and that's just what I think about the list. Tell me what you guys think about this list, of course. Tell me what deck you plan to use. Like I said, I'm planning to try out Noble Knights a little bit more because I'm hoping their new support will be good. And TGs, I think, are going to be the main ones I want to try out because Striker at 3, that's pretty freaking awesome. As always, though, thank you for watching. Remember to come rate and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.